Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Tarot with Titania reading of the week for January 23rd to the 30th, 2026. Thank you for joining me. Let's add our energy together and pull in what it is we need to know this week. I invite you to close your eyes and let's take 3 nice deep breaths together, pulling our energy into sync across time and space. And with that third exhale, I invite you to imagine a tree root coming down out of the base of your spine, going down deep into Mother Earth and grounding you here and now in this present moment, knowing that this tree root is not only anchoring you and grounding you, but it is also a conduit through which anything that no longer serves you can easily pass down into Mother Earth and become compost for your new good growth. Creator, this is your daughter, Titania, and I am here with all of your children now and in the future, co-creating this reading of the week for January 23rd to the 30th, 2026. My intention is to be a clear channel for the information we most need to receive right now, and to provide this in a manner that will be most supportive, most easily understood, heard, integrated, for our personal and our collective highest and greatest good. I call upon my higher self and the higher selves of all those listening, as well as an overlighting angel of communication, to ensure that this reading goes in the best way possible for our personal and our collective highest and greatest good, and that we bring through the information that will serve us most in service to our own lives, to the lives that we bring into communication with each other and into this world at large. At this time, I'd like to invite the 4 archangels to come and hold the 4 directions around us, creating a sacred container of clarity, of wisdom, of healing, of transformation, of insight, of peace. I invite Raphael to hold the east, Michael to hold the south, Gabriel to hold the west, and Uriel to hold the north. Thank you for coming and creating this container of love, of light, of wisdom, of healing, of transformation, of insight, peace, healing, whatever is uppermost for us personally and collectively. May it be held here in a good way in this glorious sphere of light that holds us all across time and space. I'd like to acknowledge the overlighting deva of Heart's home where I am, and excuse me, the overlighting deva of where you are, the land that you reside upon or near. And anything that doesn't match these frequencies and intentions is welcome to go now. Frogs in the throat. Okay, and with that, let's get into the reading, shall we? So, Creator, what is it that we need to know? It's been a very interesting time astrologically from our sun, with all kinds of solar energy being sent our way. People are having flu-like symptoms, but perhaps it isn't the flu. Perhaps it is simply the integration of these energies and the old having to be cleared out. You could almost say it's like a healing reaction to this incoming energy. So if you've been feeling under the weather, unwell, or recurrently so, please just take good care of yourself and cut yourself some slack and know that there's a lot going on right now that could be affecting you physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually even. We're on a tremendous growth curve, and the best thing we can do is take really good care of ourselves. I'm a big fan of vitamin D3. I'm not a medical doctor. I cannot prescribe for you, but I have found that vitamin D3 and K2 in my own experience has done a lot to help me boost my own immunity. Okay, now I will put my maternal stuff aside and let's get into the reading. So, Creator, what is it that we most need to know this week in service to our highest and greatest good, and that of our communities, that of our beautiful planet and all life on it? What do we need to know so that we can be at our most effective, our most transformative, most congruent and aligned in service to our good and the good of everyone whose life we touch, please, so that we can help build the good energy in service to more love and light everywhere on this planet and beyond. So our old friend, the gardening card, the pruning card, Ace of Swords, cleaning it up. with intention. So the name of the card is force, but this is applied force. This is deliberate force. This isn't just random power over force. This is deliberate, intentional, for the greater good of all intention, foundation, energy of force. So this is the force that one applies when one is gardening. One has an overgrown shrub that's been neglected for a long time. The first thing we do, as you know, because you're all becoming gardeners from just having this card in the deck, showing up in our readings so often in the past 5 years. When we get this card, it's all about cutting away the dead, diseased, and crossing branches. So all of that stuff that no longer serves us, it's time to let it go. The stuff that's obvious, yes, and that keeps changing because we're changing and the rate of change is happening so quickly. So things that used to be really important to us may not be important anymore, may not be the main focus of our lives right now. And it doesn't mean that it won't get woven back into our life at some future time, but it's not relevant now. So this card is advising that we clear things out. This is sitting in the past position. It means information, things that we've grasped, understood, distinguished, that we know, that apply now in the present and moving into the future. So cleaning it up, knowing how to do this, continuing to do this, staying present to the fact that, yes, we're going to have to keep cleaning it up as we go because we are continually shedding. We are releasing what no longer serves us. We're dropping those pieces, letting them go, releasing them from our field so that they're no longer cluttering our space and our energy. And in order to make sure that that's not happening, we have to clear it out regularly. This may be the physical clearing of old things in one's life that one no longer needs, be that old clothing, old shoes, old stuff, junk drawer getting cleared out in the kitchen, whatever it is, the catch-all space, the garage, whatever it is, clearing that out. And that energetic release that happens when we do a physical clearing like that is quite dramatic. We're physically moving matter around to create space so there's more room to call in what we want. So this spring cleaning energy, if you want, is important now and going forward. And just continuing to keep it clean. Understanding that we are human, we're in a material experience. This will continue to need to be done over and over again. It's like we renovate the kitchen. Well, you're going to have to sweep the floor many times as that's happening because, well, there's going to be stuff everywhere. And every day there'll be new stuff everywhere. And if we keep it clean and tidy, we won't get quite so overwhelmed as we go through the renovation. The present card, the card of generosity, pentacles, the earth element. This is everything that has to do with being in a body and enjoying it. You know, bodies are not an afterthought. They're a very deliberate part of our incarnation on this planet. And so it's important for us to take good care of these bodies, to pay attention to them, and to work with them, because that's what we came to do. We came to be in a human body with our sensory experiences, with our emotional experiences, and learn to ally with this self, but also harmonize with it and take our own growth further. We're not human animals only. We have a spiritual side. We have this animating force that is why we came to be here on this planet. And so we need to have both together. So taking care of this amazing human vehicle is incorrect, but it's kind of close to the meaning. I mean, these beautiful bodies house our spirits. And as a result, we need to take care of them. We need to take care of this physicality, this human expression, the meat suit, if you want to call it that. We have to make sure it gets enough rest, enough quality food, clean water to drink, enough movement and exercise and joy and love and happiness, enough nature. Sleep is important. All of those things are really, really important to maintaining the body. When our bodies are healthy, our minds are healthier. Our spirits more easily inhabit our field of the body. And we move through life in a completely different way. So the food that we put in our mouths is very, very important. What we're choosing to put into our consciousness is very, very important. And so as we enter into this sort of, it's interesting because this quality of spring cleaning, of cleaning things up, of tidying things up, it's like do this with the body too. Maybe increase your consumption of vegetables and fruit for a while and drink a little bit more water and get outside and circulate a little bit more. Leverage that energy of the new year, even though we're at the end of the month of January, but just that thrust of newness, of coming home, of new practices, of grounding in that energy of fresh beginnings, keeping it clean so that the body, the vehicle here is clean. And it's far easier to navigate the changes on the planet that we're going through when our bodies are good. So this is really important. The energy of generosity, it's being generous with ourselves, being generous with these bodies. What do they need? They're not an afterthought. They are an essential and integral part of our human experience as spiritual beings on planet Earth. And we need to take care of them. So being very generous and conscious and deliberate about this piece so we can do it really, really well. And as a result of that incredible, clear foundation, we have a much richer and more effective and profound experience while we're here in these bodies. Near future, we have the 10 of Wands, and the name of this card is Oppression. Wands is about creativity, inspiration, and passion. As you know, it's the fire element. And this card is all about what are we carrying that isn't ours? All this heaviness, all this density, the back is bent, it's a very, very heavy load, and it's not light and joy-filled and vibrant. Wands are usually about that because it is the fire element. It's this generative, energetic potential of our enthusiasm, our joy, our happiness, our creativity. Again, they all kind of go together. When we're happy, we're creative, we're generative. It just flows with ease, and we see what we love, and we flow with what we love. This card in our near future is saying, hey, what are we carrying that isn't ours? And how is that impacting our creativity, our ability to manifest, to pull in what it is that we want? What junk is in our field that we need to kick out, get rid of, so that we can move forward? This can be intergenerational. It can be cultural. It can be what our spouses are throwing in our field, what our kids are throwing in our field, what we're throwing in our field that's inauthentic. All those things that have nothing to do with our yes. We all have a yes. We're all here to follow our yes, that combination of elements that is our shiny, compelling, highest enthusiasm generating focus. That's where we need to be giving our attention. It's shiny and compelling to us because that's where life wants us. It's what we've come here to do. And if we've allowed other people's stuff to clog our field, to clog our connection to our yes, it's time to clean this up. We can't fully manifest and create to the abilities to the extent that we're capable of if we have this kind of stuff in our field. So this near future, this week, it's like we have to clean this up. We have to take care of ourselves. We have to get rid of the clutter, and we need to be very cognizant of what do we have in our world, in our field, in our immediate lives and beyond that's clogging our connection to our source energy, to our highest enthusiasm, to our generative yes. Because that needs to get cleaned out too. We do no one any good when our field is clogged with other people's stuff. I'm not here to live your life. You're not here to live mine. I'm not here to live my teacher's idea of what I should be living. I'm not here to live my parents' idea of what I should be living, despite their love for me. Same thing for my kid. I cannot desire for her what she does not desire in her own experience. She's here to have her own expression. So are you. We're here to do it our way. We're here to do it differently. We're here to follow our yes and go towards our highest enthusiasm. If we don't know what that is, it's really time to start paying attention. It's time to start going, whose is this in my field? And really, it doesn't matter. If it's not bringing you that connection to source energy, where that generative, inspired action is going to come from, or that thing that's calling you to more life, then maybe it's time to prune it out in service of your connection to your highest life and source energy. So what this is saying is that we're going to be dealing with this. And that's also the energy that we're living in right now. The solar activity that's coming in, the astrological alignments that are coming in. This is all about cleaning our closets. This is all about cosmic 2x4s coming in to hit us upside the head because, well, we haven't figured that part out yet. It's time to really get down to business and really clean it up. And we're here to live our truth authentically with a healthy body, constantly pruning, getting closer and closer to what it is that we love and what brings us to more life, because that's why we're here. Else, why would we be in these bodies? Why would we have the sensory experiences that we do? Yeah, it's a really important thing to distinguish. It's not an afterthought. It's a deliberate part of the creative expression and experience of humanness. Foundation card. Why we're doing this reading this week. What is this all about? Well, we've seen him lately too, haven't we? The Prince of Hearts. So princes are about our knights and other decks, and that's about momentum. That's about change. That's about movement. That's about circulation. This is about energy that isn't stagnant. It's about things really moving. Hearts is the level of emotions. And we have this prince riding around, waving a heart, saying, come, gather with me. Let's have fun together. Let's share this experience together. Let's have a greater experience by me adding my energy to yours and going forward together. Now, we don't do this with everybody because we're not in harmony and sync with everybody. And that's okay. We all came here to have individual experiences, so we can't be universally attached and open to everybody because, well, we're not all here doing the same things. But this card is inviting us to connect with those who are like-minded, those who share a likeness of heart spirit, of the heart center, where we find a joy in being in each other's presence. And there's a simplicity and an ease and an uncomplicatedness about it all. This is what we're being called to do this week. Where's our tribe? Who are our people? Where do we feel our highest fulfillment and satisfaction? Where are we seen? Where are we affirmed? How are we held in beautiful ways? When we gather in our communities, we help to hold each other in a better way, not to throw stuff in each other's field. That's not what being in community is about. But in the framework of people who understand that we're all here discovering who we are and living into that possibility and calling each other into that, seeing, affirming, and evoking the highest and best in each other. That's true community. That's truly that lofty, gorgeous vision that we all long for in our hearts. Whether we had it in our family of origin or not, we're here to be ourselves and to be seen and loved and adored and appreciated for that beautiful presence that we are. So this card is sort of bringing all these cards this week. We're seeing that this week. It's like we got to keep cleaning it up. Mentally, again, we have one from each of the 4 elements, which is I just find that so interesting. That's been happening a little bit more often lately than has been my usual experience. But we have air. Air is about ideas and action, cleaning it up. When we have space, when we've created psychic space, we have room to have new distinctions. And with those new distinctions come fresh new action. We need to be generous with this humanness, this human experience, kind, understanding, compassionate, care for ourselves. This doesn't mean overly self-indulgent, not at all. Yes, we're here to have a beautiful experience, but these beautiful bodies are needing to be held in right balance. And that means not overindulging in chocolate cake because, well, it'll make us sick and it'll throw our bodies out of balance. And then we might feel depressed because we've had too much sugar. And then it'll throw us into this whole psychological thing. I'm not saying don't eat chocolate cake. I'm just saying don't eat the whole thing. Enjoy what you have, savor it, appreciate that you in your gorgeous human body get to eat chocolate cake and savor its amazing flavor and the delight of that on our tongues. And then move off and appreciate something else, but be in right balance, because when our bodies are happy, healthy, and thriving, we on all levels of our being are happy, healthy, and thriving. Like I said before, the body is not an afterthought. It's the anchor. It is the compass. It is why we are incarnate on this planet at this time, and we have to put it in the appropriate place in our beingness and understand that how we're nourishing ourselves is going to impact what we experience. We got to do this part really well. Otherwise, well, we might have mental imbalance. We might have emotional imbalance, psychological imbalance, spiritual imbalance, physical imbalance. It's all here. So we know, like my professor said, we have that foundation, the meds, meditation, hydration, exercise, diet, sleep. We, in ourselves, we don't need an outside expert to help us with this. We can take this on ourselves. And that is huge, huge for our balance and well-being. And then from this clean and clear place, we can flow in different ways on this planet, holding more of the vital, broader, wiser self, more of that energy in our human field, and thrive better. And with this clearing this stuff up, we become aware of what's ours and what isn't, what's clogging our generative field. And we can prune it out, let it go, because we're not here to carry everybody else's idea of what we're here to do. We're each here to have our unique expression, to follow our yes, to meet with others who share aspects of our yes, and to go further together than we would alone. That's the journey. So this here, it's like putting it down. What's mine? What's yours? What's not relevant to me right now? What am I ready to drop? We could put it down. We don't have to keep carrying it. You don't have to keep watching the news. Nothing you can do anyway. So focus on what is life-giving, life-generative, what brings you into a happier, healthier state, because that's where the point of power is. That's where a point of creation is. Everything rests on this. And then in this beautiful heart card, we're being invited to our family of the heart, to our communities of the heart, to find others of like mind and like frequency, and to build that light together. Like I said, we go further together than we do alone. And we want to find our family of frequency to do that with. So, you know the people in your life that light you up. See if you can spend time with them. And focus on that quality. Who are the people in my experience that help to hold me in this positive way so that I can embody more of the broader, wiser part of me in every moment? Those who see, affirm, and evoke the highest and best in me, and vice versa, because we're here as cooperative components in each other's experience. And from that space of expansion and gratitude, we take everything forward in different ways, and we create a more beautiful world, more harmony, more beauty, more generative capacity that is authentic and congruent and harmonious. Because when we come home to our beautiful bodies, which are made of the stuff of this planet, we cannot abuse this planet. We cannot take advantage of it because we're taking advantage of ourselves and each other. It's all a whole, and there's a perfection here that we're starting to get. Some of us more than others. And we live differently when we come from that space. So we're changing, we're growing, and like I said, there's a lot of what appears to be flu around, and there's the shedding of the old, and it might take on the appearance of that kind of a thing in the body. Again, the body's letting go what it no longer needs. Getting sick is a great way to move old stuff out. So if you are feeling under the weather, perhaps that's a more resilient reframe for what you've been going through, especially if it's a repeat thing. Take good care of yourself. Get enough rest, get enough movement, get enough nutrition, get enough water, get enough of what you need to stay lined up with your highest and best. Okay, let's move on to the card to grow on. It's interesting, all four elements in that foundation reading, it's like calling us into balance, calling us into right harmony. You know, not one element is more important than another. They're all important at this time. Learning to hold that harmony and be that harmony within ourselves. Let's see, what is that? Oh, there's that oppression card again. So let's see, what is our card to grow on, Creator? How can we summarize all the information of all of these cards, these four cards, so that we can clearly grasp the message and the information that is here for us as individuals and as a collective, so we can make best use of this energy in service to our light, our life, our goodness, our highest service. Because, well, the expansion of all that is, we're part of it. So what would be good for us to take home with us this week? Our card to grow on, please, Creator. And we have the Force card again, that pruning card. So, again, clean and clear, keep it light. You know, swords, as I said, are the realm of air. Air is ideas in action. It's rational. It's got a plan. It works its plan. It doesn't do this isn't about heavy dramatic emotion. It's about really practical. It's about, okay, this needs to be cleaned up. What's the best way to go about this? It's not about wallowing in the corner about this horrible thing that somebody did to me. It's like, no, this is done. Clean it up. Get above it. Get above it emotionally, get above it physically, get above it. Just get on with the things that need to be done to keep it clean. Message for me too. So this message this week is keep it clean. Keep coming home to yourself. Move things out that are no longer relevant, whatever that might be, whether that's your home, whether that's your mind, whether that's your heart, whether that's your spirit, your creative space. Where are you needed? Where does your attention need to be? What is no longer relevant? And just trust. If those threads need to weave back into your life at some point, they will. And it'll happen naturally. There's nothing you need to keep. There's no ball you need to keep juggling in the background. Just trust the flow and the experience of life. Be where you are now. Respond to life from this now moment, all that you are. Keep keeping it clean. And you'll see things will flow differently. And I will also recommend the gratitude practice. It just helps to keep the energy light. It helps to keep our energy high, focusing on what we're grateful for. We can do that at the end of the day, when we're going to bed, start of the day. What are we grateful for? What are we looking forward to this day? What kind of energy set do we want to have? And we can just set those intentions and clean it up as we go. But also in the process of this, we take new action, fresh new ideas, new action from this clear space that we're creating. So that's our card to grow on. Clean and clear. Keep pruning. Using force deliberately and intentionally in service to our highest and greatest good. And so with that, I invite you to take a nice deep breath with me. Let's integrate this information. Let it land in our field. Coming back to that beautiful body with the breath. The breath is the key. Inspiration, landing in the human field, this gorgeous body. Letting go of what no longer serves us. Through the breath, through that ground that we visualized at the beginning, that root that takes us down into the earth. All the old stuff can just easily pass down there into Mother Earth. And she knows what to do with it. We don't have to worry about that. We are part of life. All aspects of us are part of life. And so as the cycle of life continues, what we no longer need will serve another. We don't need to worry about it. Perfect harmony, perfect balance, perfect circulation in service to all, highest life, for all, Creator. This is your daughter, Titania. Thank you for this opportunity to gather here on another Friday, taking in the information for this week of how we can live more effectively, more authentically, more congruently in service to our good and the good of everyone whose life we touch, and in service to this beautiful planet we call home and all the life that's here. Knowing that as we line up with our authentic expression, with our yes, with our highest health and well-being, we are the best clearing that we can be, taking care of this beautiful body so that we can move around this beautiful planet and be in service to each other, be agents for each other's good, and for the unfolding of more life on this planet in all ways. I want to thank all those who've come and helped to hold this space, the archangels, the overlighting devas of the home that you live in and that I live in, who are all holding us so magnificently in our humanness, sheltering us, loving us, caring for us, even if we are not acknowledging it or aware of it. I just want to thank you, Creator, for all the good in our experience. And I want to thank you. I feel like I could go on and go on today, so I'm going to cut it short. Thank you for being here, for adding your energy to mine, for making these readings possible. Together, we are more than we are alone. So thank you for being part of my experience. I hope you have a magnificent week, keeping it light, keeping it clean, keeping it clear, pruning away the old with kindness and love and intention, looking out into the world to find those sparks, the enthusiasm, community of like-mindedness. There are a lot of people who are on our page, holding this beautiful energy across time and space around this globe. So wherever you are, know that there's this family of light. Even if you're not connected to them physically here, they exist. But you'll find them because you'll pull them in. That's that resonant factor. I wish you a beautiful week. And I will look forward to seeing you again next Friday. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. If these readings are of service to you and your good, please consider sharing them with the ones you love. And know that you are part of this community of light. and the larger community of light. We're all desiring the same thing. So many of us who come to be in these human bodies at this time, we're part of the wave of awakening that's coming. So we're here on time. Things are happening. Stay the course. Take good care of yourself. And I'll look forward to seeing you next week. Much love and light. Take care for now.